Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of
Gentleman Jack. This is a rare Tennessee whiskey by the makers of Jack Daniels.
and I'm here with Jacob to help me on this review. What all else does it have to say? What information do we get?
Well, it's 40% alcohol by volume, so 80 proof. Only other thing it says on the front is it's we've got about 750 milliliters in here. It's got a nice little embossing of the Jack Daniels signature on the front.
Very snazzy.
And a very, very pretty, sophisticated cap. Right here.
It is not a cork. It's an actual screw-on
cap. You just screw it off. The material looks like plastic with some sort of foil
plastic
wrapped around the front.
Buffalo Trace gives you a cork.
Yeah, you actually get a trace with the Buffalo.
Elijah Craig gives you a cork.
Oh, I didn't see this. It says twice mellowed on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Right there.
I hate to think it was angry.
Yeah. Don't want it freaking out on us, you know. So, I've never tried this before.
Nor have I.
I've just had the regular Jack, which I used to think was one of the greatest whiskeys in the world, and he introduced me to Buffalo Trace, and I don't think that anymore. So, we're going to see how this goes.
We have our glasses already pre-filled, if you'll pick yours up there, sir. So we'll give it a sniff and see what we see. Say caramel, is what I get still.
I'm getting the whatever kind of wood it was. I think it was oak.
Yeah, it should have been American white oak.
Almost a brown sugar.
And start getting that alcoholness from the whiskey.
Yeah, I would say after about 3 sniffs, it really becomes just whiskey.
Yeah, but very faint. It's not overly powerful.
No, it's not strong. That tastes a lot different than Jack Daniels.
Well, it does have a heat to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't stab you like a cheap whiskey. It does have a nice heat.
I don't think I like the flavor as much as Buffalo Trace. It's sharp, I guess, is what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I mean, we added about 3 drops of water to each cup.
Right. Which is the norm.
I would say add 5 or 6 and put in all the rocks.
A little bit more.
Yeah. This is something I would definitely serve chilled because of the type of flavor it is.
It tears up faintly on the glass, so you know it's not a thick. How does the mouth feel for you? Is it syrupy or is it
It's
watery?
not syrupy at all. It's kind of like a middle ground, I guess. But you know, it's that heat. Like I can't really get a good texture out of it. If you look on the side of the glass here,
that's the tears when you see coming down. That's what I mean by tearing up. Is how well it runs down like tears or like it's melting.
Try again. I do like this better than the other Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah.
I like it significantly more.
This will get you snookered. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it's strong. You want to get messed up. Yeah.
But taste-wise,
it's okay.
It's
now. I mean, if I wouldn't have had the Buffalo Trace or the other whiskeys that you guys have had over here, I would probably think this is the greatest thing in the world. But I've had the Buffalo Trace, you know, and
well, it's not bad. It's not ancient age. It's not, you know, some of those other ones.
This does burn on the way down a little bit.
I keep blocking you. I keep covering you up. I can't see you that way. Sorry about that.
See, the real question, though, is how does it go with the pipe? I would say I would give this a 7 out of 10.
Well, are you getting any flavors out of the taste besides the alcohol heat?
Well, I'm getting like a faint brown sugar.
I'm getting the caramel.
So I'm getting
it as well.
Brown sugar. I'm still getting like the oak, but I feel like, you know, when you have a steak.
That's what I'm getting. Oak.
Okay.
That's what's blocking things out.
When you have a steak and maybe like some of the edges get a little too charred.
Yeah.
I'm getting that kind of flavor. Not like steak, but like
a
kind of
savory charred.
Yeah. It's very faint though. It's barely.
Oh, very interesting. I don't get that at all. I get a burnt caramel.
So we're both getting a burnt kind of charred.
Which is obviously from the barrels.
Yeah.
That they put the stuff in.
It's got a good color. I mean, it's, you know.
Well, it says it's a rare Tennessee whiskey. So you bet you can find it anywhere you look.
Right. I would give this a solid 7. You know, something for a beginner. I think this would be a good, because it's so common, but it's it's not entirely cheap.
Gentleman Jack for a beginner.
Yeah, I think that
They
would
put
be
a fancy schmancy label on it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, you can find it at pretty much.
Well, yes, you can find it anywhere and everywhere. It does. Clearly, if you're looking for something hand done, small batch, this is not it. This is very industrial. Guaranteed, every bottle is going to taste the same.
Yeah.
It's
the higher end of the low end commercial stuff.
true.
Is how I would put it. So
it has that oak. That oakiness does come in.
It's something I would think that you would definitely run on the rocks, or mixed with like a Coke Vanilla or something. I think would be pretty good. But you would want a smaller.
A Coke Vanilla.
I think a Coke Vanilla would be pretty good with it.
Yeah, that does actually sound good. But I mean, it's not supposed. It's a sipping whiskey.
Yeah, I was going to say if you put it on some rocks, sip it, slowly.
You're not supposed to cut it with anything. But I have to say, Coke Vanilla does sound good.
I feel like it would be better with. I guess if you took out the initial few drops we put in, to kind of.
Well, the few drops help soften it and bring out the aromas and the flavors to it. That's why those drops are there.
I know this is blasphemy, but I would take out the drops and put 1 cube of ice in here.
Okay, well, that's the whole thing. That's the ice melts. You get those drops again.
Yeah.
And the ice helps tamper
it would
it
chill
down.
it. I guess you could put it in. I would say this is something that's better served colder than room temperature. Personally, that's what I think. Like the Buffalo Trace, I would have at room temperature with just a few drops of water. It's that good. It's one of my favorite whiskeys.
Yeah,
it is my favorite whiskey, actually.
Well, I told you, I recommended it to my dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is for special occasions only. I'm like, it's just Buffalo Trace. He's like, don't care, special occasions. I'm like, dude, I can direct you to a lot better than Buffalo. But Buffalo is, sadly, better than this.
Yeah, I would say this is a good entry level beginner mainstream whiskey. Like if you're going to go to the store and you were going to look at all the whiskeys they have, most people would be like, oh, we'll get Jim Beam or get Jack or something. I would say if you're wanting for a little bit finer quality out of the cheap stuff, this is a good option.
Well, how is this different than the regular Jack Daniels?
The regular Jack, to me, it's not as robust. I don't feel like the flavor is robust. It's a little bit sweeter.
As in sharp?
Yeah, it's not as strong. It's also the regular Jack to me is a bit sweeter. I almost feel like if I were to take some sprinkles of sugar, like put a pinch of regular table sugar in here, and add a little bit more water, that would be regular Jack Daniels, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes, because I know it's a sour mash whiskey. This is less sour. It's more savory, and it's a bit more sharp, and the color is a little different. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head the exact color of normal Jack Daniels. But it's not thick. See, the regular Jack Daniels is like water, pretty much.
Okay.
This is slightly thicker than water. It's just a little bit more viscous. You can tell right here.
Right. The tears on the glass.
The normal Jack doesn't do that, from what I remember.
Really?
Yeah. It pretty much just comes straight back down.
Wow.
So
that explains why I've never tried it.
But yeah, this is a good entry level, I would say. And if it's a Friday night and you don't have a lot of money, but you kind of want to treat yourself, I would think Gentleman Jack would be a good idea.
This ain't cheap, dude.
Well, I mean, compared to Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is like $15 more than this, isn't it?
No.
Really?
Reverse it.
Oh. Go with Buffalo Trace. I'm sorry. I thought
seriously,
this was cheap.
No. Seriously, this is a good $10 to oddly $15 more than Buffalo Trace for the same volume.
Go with Buffalo Trace. Don't. I prefer Buffalo Trace over this. I didn't realize. I thought it was the other way around.
Oh no! Gentleman Jack in single barrel. You start rounding into the $30, $40, $50, $60 range.
I mean, it's not bad, but
Now, Buffalo Trace has like a single barrel, which starts going into the same price range as this.
Okay, I'm wondering.
So as soon as I save my pennies, you'll see a bottle of it around here. But pennies are hard to come by these days.
Oh yeah, I could have sworn when we were looking at it, it was cheaper than the Buffalo Trace.
Oh no! Buffalo Trace is like $20 to $25. This is $30, $40, $50.
Jeez. I'm thinking.
They
curious.
lied to us.
I think they did just a little bit. I mean, I could be wrong. What do you think? I personally think the Buffalo Trace is a little
Actually,
better.
for me, I would have gone with two gingers,
Really?
which is $20-some. And there's a dog in between us. He's not allowed to drink the whiskey, so quit begging.
You could have the dude. I think also, I mean, I
would have gone with.
vanilla.
I would have gone with two gingers. I would have gone with. Oh well, hell, my favorite is Cabin Fever, just because it's a cheap whiskey with maple. And
Yeah,
that
I
right
had some of
there
that.
is just fantastic. That flavored whiskey, but not flavored. Yeah, two gingers, just because it's. Unfortunately, at the time this is being recorded, we're going into late spring, early summer, and two gingers is great for that kind of year. It's light on the palate. It tears up well on the glass. It's not bad.
This
for
is
a
a
nice
good.
summer.
This would be
This
good
I
for
don't think
fall.
will do.
Fall.
Yes,
Like around
Definitely
Halloween,
fall.
I'm thinking.
hamburgers, steak,
Yeah.
something that sits in the belly hard. This would go well with. But not 110 degrees.
Yeah. Oh no.
No. What about the other end of it? Midwinter. Minus 30. Well, I'm sorry, around
With-
here, it would be minus 10.
With some good tobacco, like a tobacco pipe, I think it would be good. But I would still say it'd be better in fall.
In fall.
Because, I mean, put this in layman's terms, this will get you drunk. So,
Yeah, but you're not
But-
really going for drunk. You want
I guess if you're
you
going
want
for
to go down with flavor.
right,
You
like
know?
if you're wanting to get extra toasty, it would work. But I personally think, like you said, it would go better with something that's heavy in the stomach. Like a nice
Yeah.
steak.
Good
Or,
steak, lasagna. Well, I don't know about lasagna.
I don't think this would go well with like a soup or something.
Oh no.
Not at
Or a salad.
Yeah, no,
No, definitely not. And it's not a dessert whiskey either.
Yeah.
We were hitting kind of late, so we're gonna have to end this.
Okay. Anyway, I give this a solid 7 out of 10,
There we go.
and I think it's really good for colder but not ice cold. So fall, definitely around Halloween, like you said, with some savory food, I think is good. I'm a tiny bit disappointed. I was hoping it would be a little better, especially now that I know the
Well,
price.
now that we learned, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a learning
It's not
process.
bad, but it could be better.
This is a review of Gentleman Jack. There we go. Write down any of your comments down below. Let us know what your thoughts are on this particular product. Or better yet, go out, buy this product, try it yourself, make a video of yourself reviewing this product, and let the rest of us on the YouTube community know your thoughts. Until next time, keep on drinking.